Hello divine creators, welcome to Dumela Universe. We are Kemet. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us see what is available for us at this time. We trust you are well, beautiful beings. What do we learn at this time? What's available at this time? Thank you, souls. Gitares talavatos, gitiries kazotos, rikiries kiaturos, talovek, talovek, talovek. Viatares. Okay. Success. And community. Okay, so beautiful beings of success, we're really feeling this blank panther, black jaguar energy coming through here strongly. And as you can see, there's a jungle there. There's this jungle, this rainforest. And what we receive from this is you are now embodying the Black Panther, the Black Jaguar energy, and your life is now this jungle. And for you to understand, this jungle is now within the frequency of your source. So as you are wandering in the unknown, in the dark, there's no need for you to fear. You are trusting that wherever you go, whatever is shown to you, in these unknown depths of the jungle, in these unknown paths, these unknown waters, these unknown ways, you will find source, you will find yourself, and you'll be successful. So many of you are finding yourself in these unknown situations, or these situations where the outcome is unclear, the way forward and the path is unclear, you're not entirely sure how to go about it. It's maybe a lot of complications, perhaps you have a lot on your plate, or maybe there's nothing on your plate and you're thinking, Source, why can't I have something on my plate to care, to tend to? So Source is saying, wherever you are right now, in this unknown jungle, we wish you to be present, and we wish you to trust that whatever you are shown, wherever you are, whatever you're shown, whatever you are co-creating with, whatever you're experiencing, just align it with Source, trust the Source within you, and you will find success. Own your voice and own your power and own your clarity. And as you look at those beautiful eyes there, you have great sight. You can see what's hidden. What's hidden is revealed. There's nothing that is denied from you. You can see clearly. Yes, trust the unknown jungle that you are currently walking in. It is the jungle of your source. It is the landscape, the relationship, the situation, the experience of unknown source. And whatever corner you have to go around, whatever obstacle you have to face, whatever path you choose to roam, you will succeed as you follow your source and you just trust wherever you're being guided along your unknown path, within the unknown ways, you will find success. It will have a successful outcome. Just keep trusting what source is showing you. Don't get distracted by the noise. Don't get distracted by fear. Trust in the unknown. Trust what you feel. You will do incredibly well along this path. And then we have community. And here we're feeling sources saying, along this unknown journey, this unknown path, you will happen upon beings who align with you, who are on the similar journey. It might be different manifestations of the journey, but the energy is similar. As such, they're able to share your experiences with you. They're able to understand. They're able to offer perspectives which might assist you. Source is saying you're not going to be alone for the longest time. This is a path of community, and for everyone to allow resonance to be the anchoring of your frequency, resonance to be the reason why you gel, why you co-create together, not to be an obligation, not to be it the way you are interacting with your community, whether it be family, whether it be friends, whether it be colleagues. You're now navigating those spaces in the unknown as this Black Panther, Black Jaguar energy. So you are just allowing yourself to see how the situation, how the relationship now pans out as you are source, as you respond as source. So you might be finding you are co-creating with beings, and maybe the way which you used to co-create them with the past gelled but now no longer gels. The way you used to co-create in the past works now no longer works, and it's just different now in terms of energy, where now you're speaking your truth, saying, that no longer works for me, thank you, this is my boundary. Oh, I don't really appreciate when that happens, I prefer this. And if that doesn't align, then you release with freedom, understanding you have nothing more to teach each other, if nothing more to learn from each other, so you release. So it's a releasing of the ways in which you used to be people pleasing in your community, people pleasing and the absence of you, and rather being source at all times, and witnessing how the new relationships, the new relating, the new communicating is now being experienced, and is being what new energies now come through, how people respond to you when you are source. It is important that you're at source at all times, and then you will be able to align with your community, who have each now honored their transformation process, right? When you honor your transformation process and you are source in all spaces, you finally then attract those who do the same. So you find yourself free, you find yourself limitless within these communities. There's no obligations, there's no rules or manners of responsibility created by the external illusion, how you have to do something for presentation or for people pleasing, or this is appropriate human behavior in order for you to be a friend, to be a family member, to be this. You're releasing all of that and allowing your source to be the prime frequency in all of your co-creations and all of your interactions. And that's giving you a new way of seeing, a new way of being, a new way of experiencing your beautiful manifestations, a new way of observing, and a new way of engaging in the energies which are around you at this time. And it's powerful because now you are healing and releasing a lot of those repetitive cycles and loops which were toxic and were not pleasing you. Now you're releasing a lot of those energies. At this time, we find ourselves in close cohabitation with our nephew, and we haven't really co-created with our past family. We say past family, for they were the family we were born into, so our past family energies. We haven't really been there, so to have our niece and nephew with us in such close proximity has been bringing up interesting learning and perspectives for us. And so we are seeing almost how we sometimes go into this role and releasing the role into this guardian, and then releasing the guardianship energy and just being Kemet with them. And we are witnessing our relationship now from that space, where things which are just don't resonate with us, we now say, even though maybe it would resonate in a very human family sort of like framework, we're like, no, we don't actually enjoy that, we don't appreciate that, we don't actually, that's not how we vibe. And just really being open with who we are and what we are at present, and allowing them to experience us as that energy, which also allows us to experience them in their truth and in their clarity, in a way which is whole and new and different, and allows empowerment, right? Complete releasing of codependency. So depending where you are and what you're doing and how you are co-creating, you are really whether it's in your family relationships. We feel there's a lot of Venus energy, a lot of Taurus energy here. Second house energy is really in play here, that Hierophant frequency. Whether it's within your family, your relationships, your community, your career, whatever it might be, or whether it's in your own foundation, your own personal journey. Trust the source within you, trust the unknown, be source within all these interactions, and witness how they now respond to you, witness how they now co-create with you, and it will be success. It will work out beautifully. This 10 of Cups energy here with this beautiful card, it'll be a wish fulfillment. Things will work out so much better for you when you trust the source within you, and you trust how you express source, how the expression of source is within you, and just trust all these energies right out the out the bat. Oh, we forget the phrase, right out the cage, off the bat, we believe. The King of Cups, inspiration. Yes, look, this is you following your highest frequency. This is you following your intuition. This is intuitive creation. This is you tapping into source energy and allowing yourself to receive guidance, not from the mind, not from overthinking, not from trying to see what it means to this person, what it means to that person, but rather the discovery and the experiencing of you. The two fish there, the Piscean energy, one fish swimming in the shadow, one in the light, and both now free within the oceans of the unknown physical and the unknown shadow. You are now allowing all of your unknown source to manifest in the unknown physical as unknown physical source. It is this powerful blending of all that you are being realized in the physical, right? Just as you discover all that you are within your meditation, within your channeling, within your spirit work, your shadow work, you're also discovering all that you are within your physical engagements and your interacting, your light work, because now you're allowing yourself to be sourced, not only in the spaces of meditation, not only in the spaces of connection, not only in the spaces of the shadow work, but also in the spaces of the physical action, the spaces of the physical interaction, the spaces of the light work. You are source at all times, and you are receiving guidance from that space, and this guidance is golden. It's nurturing, it's loving, it's healing with the King of Cups energy. Tends to you, looks after you. Trust the source you are at all times to nurture and care for you and look after you and tend to your needs. The moon, again, that Piscean energy, the moon card represents Pisces in this tarot. Of course, the moon also governs Cancerian energy. There's the crab there for Cancerian frequencies. So again, with the Piscean frequency, it is you allowing the discovery of source in your spirit work, in the shadow work, and also in the light work, in the physical work. So within and without, you are simply source, and you're allowing yourself to discover and learn from both realms, from all realms as source, especially now as you're more focused in the physical, not so much in the spirit. Yes, you're receiving quite a bit from the source energies and all, not only the spirit realm, all other realms, for you have allowed all realms to be unknown energies. So you're receiving from all of the source within, but you're also now receiving from source without by being source and allowing the physical to respond to you as source, allowing a manifestation and illumination, a clarity to you, a new cycle in wholeness, a powerful illumination and clarity. And of course the crab energy, the water, the sacral chakra, and the earth energy. The crab moves between the water and the earth. So that which you receive from source is that which you receive on land in the physical. It's a powerful energy. A new cycle, a new beginning. Okay, we some reason picked up this oracle, so we're just going to take it. We were meant to pick up the tarot, but straight away, and here we go. Look, some more feline energy, and we get flexibility. And there's the tiger, right? And Source is saying, you are a tiger. You have very unique stripes. You have a very unique way of being. And as you honor your truth, you allow everything in the physical to honor your truth. So this flexibility is divine flexibility. It's not you being flexible by compromising on your truth and your integrity. and letting others, you're finding in space, rather, let's start again. You're finding yourself in spaces where you're co-creating with people anew. And in the past, you were a people pleaser. So you used to compromise on your truth and your integrity for them to feel joyous, for them to have a better outcome. And you used to just be, I'm okay, it's not bad. You used to always deal with the lesser than, or if you had to compromise on your truth or compromise on your way, you would rather deal with the energies, the bitterness or the resentment or the lower frequencies you would have to deal with while they are happy, and you're no longer doing that. You're remaining in your power, in your truth, and yet you are flexible in that you're allowing the other person to be in their power and their truth, and you're allowing yourself to come to a midway, a balance, a harmony, where neither of your integrity is compromised, but rather the flexibility, the compromise is in you are both allowing each other to be in your power, in your strength. If somebody is overstepping a boundary, you're letting them hear it, you're letting them know it. You're no longer, you're not shy from that anymore. You're not willing to, let's just take the higher road and let's then let us suffer while they are happier. No, you are allowing everyone to, you are allowing yourself to be looked after, and you are not diminishing the other person. You don't need them to be lesser than for you to be on top. You are happy for both of your needs and your wants and your desires and your cares to be met. You're no longer compromising on what is important to you. You're no longer deciding you're no longer important and you're people pleasing for everybody else. It's a powerful step forward. It's a powerful healing. It's a beautiful way of manifesting. Okay, we have more from here. We are receiving. There we go. Trust. Source is saying really trust in the space. It's important. There's a huge emphasis in trusting the path in this unknown, because you are this butterfly and you're receiving this new, imagine, thank you, Source. You're a butterfly, you now have wings, and for the first time you're taking flight. It's the first time you are flying. And as you are flying, you are receiving information about flight, right? How the wind feels, how the air feels, about landing, insects. Now you're in the world of flying, navigating the birds and everything else that's flying. So it's this very new information of flying. But imagine you're now trying to analyze and problem solve and calculate this new information of flight as a caterpillar. A caterpillar which has never flown and has no understanding of wings or flight. And that's what's happening right now. You're in these unknown spaces, right? And they're coming back again. Even if it's familiar spaces, they're coming back again. But now you no longer feel comfortable being human about it, or re-engaging in those obligatory people-pleasing ways. You're no longer wanting to present yourself or to respond in a way which dishonors your source. So it's new ways. It's a new experiencing for you, because you're now in these situations, but you are very, very different. And Source is saying now, instead of trying to navigate it in a way which would please people, or a way of the past which would be enough or which would appease people, remain in your truth and trust that that's enough for the healing, for the journey, for that experience, and it will lead beautifully. There's a huge call for you not to compromise on the work you've done in the cocoon, not to compromise on the work you've done to liberate yourself to source, to freedom, but to rather remain as source, remain in your truth, and to operate from that space, and to learn and to observe and to discover how the physical now responds to you, because that's the whole point of you finally seeing your abundance, seeing your success, seeing your wish fulfillment, seeing everything come true. You had to be source and then see it. And source is saying, and you are all very different and beautiful and unique, because you are born of source, right? The humans who are here on earth, the humans we found here on earth, the humans we are assisting here on earth, they were born of the physical. So for them, as foreign and as weird as this physical realm is to us, as foreign and as weird source is to them. So we are here to assist bridge that gap by being in the physical and yet being source. And we can do that. Yes, it's challenging, as you're all experiencing. These are challenging things, and this is what the humans can't do, this integration of being in the physical and yet operating from source. But we can. So we are doing it on humanity's behalf. We're doing it for them in order for us to plant the information, to plant the ingredients, to pave the ways in which they can do the same process when they are ready to, whenever they're ready to, in whichever lifetime they choose to, or rather they are ready to ascend to, or they choose to. Before, you have to sort of make a choice to be better, to want more, right? You have to choose to want to elect more love and elect a better lifestyle and actually willingly want to do something about it. So when they are ready to do that, then they will be able to access the information vibrationally, because we have weaved it here. So right now, Source is saying, trust the new way in which you're experiencing, because this is the new way you are weaving for the collective to be able to heal, but also for you to discover who you are. Most importantly, you are here now to learn from the physical who you are, just as much as you learn from source, as you learn from the spirit, as you learn from meditation, as you learn from when you connect to source in those spaces. You are to be source at all times in the physical and learn from source at all times, and everything works out beautifully. So you're having a very physical interactive experience, and yet magically manifesting beautiful outcomes at the same time. Beautiful experiences, joyous experiences, beautiful rewards, uplifting energies, all these powerful and beautiful and wonderful and high flying, rewarding experiences which allow you a happiness and allow you a thrill, and you're no longer fearing, or rather apprehensive, to go into those spaces because you're catastrophizing, fearing you're going to get hurt, fearing it's going to be another failure, fearing you're going to be disappointed again. Oh no, you no longer do that. For now, you are as source in those experiences, so they are offering different vibrational energies to you. So now you're experiencing happiness, and you're experiencing different a different response, a different outcome from the situation, from the relationship. And you just trusting that, okay, well, I told them my truth, and I'm trusting that it'll work out. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. It means they're not aligned. If it does work out, fantastic. It means we now get to experience a whole different way of creating together. So you just trust, and remember to remain rooted in your individual truth. This tiger, each tiger has a very unique stripe. So remain in your uniqueness and let all be created from that foundation. Thus, your flexibility allows all to be in their power. You don't diminish yourself to be flexible for others. You don't compromise on your integrity. You don't people please anymore. Okay. And trust. You see how you're just in the waters of the sacral, the receptivity of your higher self. Trust that which you see. Trust, just as you trusted in the waters when you were learning in the cocoon, when you were in that Six of Swords energy. Remember, for the past 3 to 4 years, we were in the water, always moving. Source saying, no, don't stop, don't do anything now. Just keep resting, keep resting. You're still in the water. You're not on solid ground. Whatever you're building is not going to hold. You're still learning. Keep fluid. And you just kept trusting as you were learning upon the waters of source, the waters of spirit, the waters of the shadow. And now you're on the land, and the land is now as soil. It's as fluid, and it shifts just as freely as the water. And you're asked to trust just as deeply as you trusted as in source. You're to trust in the physical, because you are at source now. You are source. So whatever you're experiencing in the physical will be aligned to the source you are. Even if it's a challenging experience, it's you breaking a cycle, breaking a way of being, and you're going to see how now this challenging experience, or what used to be challenging, is now no longer that challenging, or what used to be problematic is no longer problematic, or the result you used to experience which wasn't pleasing, you're now receiving a new result, or experiencing a new result, experiencing a new outcome which is pleasing. And you're just to trust as you trust the source you are, and don't back down from being the source, no matter how difficult the conversation might be. Don't worry about triggering the other person. You be in your truth and let them react however they react. It's no longer you also taking on other people's reactions for them, right? Completely releasing yourself to the truth of your power. There we are, the Hermit. Virgo energy, your path, your way, your light, your truth. So even in these physical, busy, co-creative spaces, you see how it mirrors the King of Cups. You are receiving intuition from Source, and that is your guidance and nothing else. You're receiving your guidance from Source. You're receiving your guidance from your path within. And it's powerful because it allows you now to come into your truth, to come into your way, to come into your clarity. It's so even if you're busy with work, with family, whatever it might be, you are aligning with what resonates with you, not what will please them, not what will bring them harm, not what will be the best outcome for them, but truly what's aligned with your source, trusting that in that space it's not only the best for you but also the best for them. It's a healing to them because you are operating from love. You're not being stubborn for the sake of being stubborn. You're simply just saying, no, I don't enjoy this because it doesn't resonate, or no, I'm not going to do that because it no longer resonates with me, or no, I prefer not to do it this way, or do you mind if you're going to communicate with me to communicate this way, because this way means this is what I prefer, this is how I prefer communicating. And the other person understanding it's not from you being, picky or judgy or restrictive. It's you are literally just embracing your truth and you're operating from that space. And should they be aligned to you, they will enjoy and respect you and will be happy to finally meet you in your truth. But should they be of the illusion, then you would trigger them because now you're in such truth and such clarity, which they are afraid to be, and it triggers them. And that's their own learning, and you can just release them. For you don't need to be, you're not responsible for people's ways, right? You're not responsible for how they react. It's up to them. Numerology, we see we have the 9 for the Hermit, we have the 18 of the Moon, so it makes another 9, and we believe there are 9 butterflies here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we thought there were 10 for the longest time, but the 9 energy is really coming through, and there are 9 butterflies on this card, so 999. All about ending. So it's a huge thing about ending how you used to be, ending how you used to relate, ending your fears, insecurities about how you are, ending past ways of being and allowing new ways to be, allowing source ways to be. Just like here in this tarot, we have never pulled a reading like this where we have oracles here, then oracles mixed with tarot, because in our mind the oracles go there, the tarot go here. And yet now we're just, okay, you want to speak, okay, you want to speak, okay, that card wants to come. We're a lot more freer and looser, and now the message also grows and allows all the energies to just be completely complementary, right? Look, we have the Moon card and the Moon here mirroring each other. Again, a beautiful harmony. Illumination, clarity, trust in the unknown, trust in the shadow, trust as you're now operating from that space where you are, this beautiful jaguar, this beautiful panther in the forest of unknown, and you are now being guided by source, intuition, illumination, clarity, and you are discovering your ways, and you are allowing the physical unknown to show you who you are, and you are learning by the interactions, by the co-creations, by the feedback, by all of these spaces. You are learning, and you are able to see what works with you, what doesn't work with you, and you're aligning beautifully. It's a realm of discovery. Okay, as within with the infinity frequency, you're now discovering how this physical reality responds to you, manifests for you as you are source. And it's beautiful and it's powerful. Okay, we have another tarot wanting to come through. And look, the world. Yes, it's really a brand new world you're creating in, where you are stepping out in your truth as source here. 2 and 1 make a 3, stability. 2, the unknown, the high priestess, the shadow, balance. 1, the magician, the alchemist, the shadow and the light, becoming whole. 3, stability, anchoring. This is what you're building upon. So it's a whole new world, a whole new dynamic, a whole new frequency, a whole new realm you're creating in. And you are now, this speaks of closures, right? And this is the wrapping up of how you are, of your ways, of how you used to be in the world, the wrapping up of the illusion self, the wrapping up of the fear-based self, the catastrophizing self, the shameful self, the embarrassed self, the shy self, the wrapping up of you being in disagreement of self, as now you are at source, in the honoring of you, you're in agreement of self. You're as source now. You're in true commitment of self. You're allowing yourself to create in the fullness of you, in the power of you. And it's a whole new world you're stepping into now, a whole new manifest creative reality where you are finally experiencing yourself as source, and you are now learning the lessons of how to engage, of how to be source, and you are trusting whatever outcome manifests as you are source to simply be the outcome that was meant to be. Okay, beautiful beings, this is a beautiful time, beautiful message. And we ask you to trust now as you create a whole new world in your stability of the unknown physical. You are learning from the unknown physical realm, and you are to trust how you feel guided as source in these experiences. And yes, you have no idea how it's going to be taken in. You have no idea how people are going to react to you. You have no idea about the path ahead, and that's perfect. For this allows you to discover who you are. And remember, you are powerful, you're strong. You never need fear what happens in the shadow, in the unknown. For it's you, it's source. You are now creating a whole new world within the unknown. Allow yourself to operate from the space, to trust the space, trust you. Trust yourself as source. Trust these experiences. Trust what you are learning. Trust what you're being guided to. Trust your manifestations. We had a beautiful download where we realized we actually just react to things as though, sometimes negative or bad things happen, but if you really think about it, it's only negative and bad because you've been conditioned that it's negative and bad. You've been conditioned to have a negative response to it. We find ourselves personally here with a bit of a with family drama we didn't think we're even going to ever tap into, but we found ourselves, our nephew and niece reaching out to us, and we found ourselves feeling inspired to assist. And instead of now seeing it as this huge negative experience, we're realizing it's such a healing and such a gift where we are breaking generational cycles, where we are healing, where we are beginning to co-create together and learning new ways of responding, where we no longer define ourselves in these roles, but rather allow ourselves to be source and then exploring what that means. It is, and we are really seeing how it is the responses to us in either stress or anxiety is brought on by how the world would perceive this current situation we're in, how others would perceive it. It's just resonance. This is simply the energy which was resonant to where we were at the time, where they were at the time, even though the physical manifestation of what they had to go through was not exactly wonderful. It wasn't pleasant at all. The fact that we were called into the situation was a response within resonance of the healing and what can be done at the time. And so we no longer react to what is resonant And we no longer decide what its resonant needs to look this way and that way. We just trust, okay, this is where we find ourselves. This is clearly where we're meant to be. In the space, we're just going to be source, for clearly there's something in this unknown space which awakens the source within us, and we wish to see what this awakens within us. And we trust, and we trust, and we trust, and we trust, and we trust. Katuros talavatrias kravatos tavek. And we trust, and we trust, and we trust, and we trust this way of being, this new dynamic experiencing, this new dynamic frequency, this unknown space we're in, with these familiar faces and these familiar beings, and yet we are not reacting to them or in ways of responsibility, in ways of what would be expected. We're either rather responding in each experience as source, and we are trusting that we are meant to be here, and we don't know why, and that's okay. We don't need to know why. We don't know the outcome, and that's okay. We don't need to know the outcome. All we know is that this is where we find ourselves. Source, this is how you're guiding us. We have no idea how it's going to work out, and we're just going to trust that in the end it's going to be successful, and it's going to be the highest manifestation of the moon card, that 9 of cups energy, 10 of cups energy. We feel their wish fulfillment and happiness, and receiving beautiful experiences from the unknown source. Trust your source. Trust now. Don't be triggered by what you see and what's around you. You are in these situations again, but now you are source in the physical. And source is asking you, be source in the physical, and trust yourself as source in the physical. Be in your truth and remain there. Allow everything else in the external to shift in accordance to you being at source. And all of those other beings who are at source, you will resonate and you co-create together in harmony. For you will literally co-create in harmony and balance. It is a beautiful unraveling of yourself even more, where you are now more confident and in your power, and more confident in your ways of source than ever before. Blessed be.